weird shit like
Your
that.
desires.
Yeah,
I'm on voice, but I'll log in a second. But yeah, keep going. Don't wait for me. I'll be there.
I'm sure we'll be fine. It's going to be mostly a lot of talking today. Does anybody remember what was going on in this campaign? Because it's been about 100
Yeah, I
years.
do.
Arcadian was like in
it's still good.
Arcadian was in some weird smoke show looking through like a fucking vision thing on the world, and he's like, "Damn, shit's all trippy and shit now." And Kira went up there and was like, "Yeah, you did. This is pretty cool." And then everyone else was looking around the basement for people.
Nope, not everybody else.
I think only me and Haldir were doing that.
Oh, you went with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any basement.
We fought this big ass.
No,
like,
you
spider
knew
man,
about it, but like,
and then this dark
we're in
elf
like
came
a huge
over
tower.
Did some shit with fucking Yane, and Yane ate spider heart and almost died, but now he gained some boon. And then we found Marcadian, seemingly having dealt with Mandout Dweir, or one of Mandout Dweir's like puppet thingies in this tower. And I can't remember the visuals of what it's called, the Sanctum of Memory or something, where we are.
Yep. It looked like a sky dome, basically, that you guys were entering. There's a ton of stars.
Gotcha.
And prior to that, what engagements are the party currently juggling?
We have like a clock on when certain big events are going to happen. I think it was 14 days. I can't remember the number of days we've expended until that occurs,
that's right.
But we're
supposed to
kill the queen.
You spent 3 getting here. So
kill or sabotage the queen and whatever she's doing.
Worried about what I can't remember the guy's name right now.
Put you up to do
dude.
that?
The king.
The king.
Her husband. Yeah.
King Darum Nathael.
Yeah, that's right.
We also have a Jinn we're supposed to take care of at some point who has like your other sword.
Our adopted father is alive, but we think he's a piece of shit. So.
No, you guys think he's a piece of shit. Misha's convinced that a part of him is still in there.
Yeah, I remember that.
That he can be fixed.
She would think that.
She would. She would.
She would. Okay. And
there's also a guy who challenged Kirill to well, no, didn't challenge him. Was like, God damn it, that was rude.
Offering for his armor.
Kill you. Yeah.
That probably won't come back to haunt you. I don't know. Yeah. So, but that King Darum. I mean, it's not just King Darum, right?
No, he's like the demon guy, like causing all the
problems.
Okay, and we also learned that he got this dagger that we sold haphazardly to a vendor, and apparently,
and he flaunted it in front of you.
Yeah.
He didn't sell it haphazardly. He bought it off of you for quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I don't remember that back that far.
To be fair, we maybe would be dead right now if we hadn't used all those resources.
That's true.
So,
I mean, it all shakes out differently. But yeah. So we'll start with Tammin and Haldir. You guys are heading back down the stairs after confirming that it is indeed Marcadian.
You want to re-describe the tower? Because I remember what was going on, but it sounded like some other people didn't really remember exactly what was happening in this place.
Sure.
Because like the first, like it's kind of destroyed in some way, right? And
yes,
it's like decrepit and run down.
It has not received a lot of support in the past few years. The Solar Elves who this belongs to appear to have fucked off for quite some time. But the damages that you guys have seen on the tower are relatively fresh. The stairs that lead downward were covered in rubble because a portion of the wall above it was destroyed by what appears to be some type of magical battle that occurred. And it was on the same floor that you found the body parts of Mandout Dweir's copy and Adan's body as well, but at least a wooden part of it. But yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of what's going on. There's you. The rest of your party's on the third floor. You guys trace your steps back down to the first one, and you're met with just a shitload of rubble blocking your way.
Like really big chunks, or just a bunch of
Yeah.
small little pieces that we could, with time, move away.
Not probably the two of you.
Oh, also, I have a
Yeah.
level of exhaustion
How's it come?
Yeah,
because I didn't go to sleep when Yane stayed up all night eating the fucking spider heart because I didn't want him to die.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So you could potentially try and clear through this rubble if you want to make a athletics check to start peeling some of it away.
Does Toastal have the ability to shape stone?
Yes, Tammons' massive athletic capabilities will make an attempt. 0. Since I have disadvantage
Yeah.
on all ability checks.
So you trip into the rubble pit and you scrape your knee.
The Family Guy. All right.
Yep. But you kind of pull yourself out and you look over to
I'm
how
gonna start
there's
digging.
Yeah, I'll
Smell
start
it.
digging too.
I'll just
Oh,
kind of stand
Yane,
over
you're coming
Haldir
down
and
here
be
as well.
like,
What?
You're going down there as well.
Yeah.
So Misha and
looks
Kirill
really
are
hard.
staying up there with Mercadian. Is that correct?
I think I was listening to what Marcadian had to say. And then did Toe just instantly go downstairs? He's like, screw this.
Me and Haldir both decided, fuck that guy, and we don't care about what he has to say to us, so we left.
I'm on a bit of a pressing mission.
I'm kind of, oh, that's true. I guess I'd be still up there for like a second, or not a second, at least like about 5 minutes more, because I'm trying to figure out what this tower does, because maybe that would help us in like all of the goals we have.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Mercadian is going to show you exactly what the tower does. You guys requested to see what happens in Solura, and he said he would show you that. Yeah. But are you going to stay and listen to him, or are you going to go with the rest of your party?
Remind me, Toe didn't make any comment like, nah, I gotta go. He just like took off, or did he?
Yeah, he didn't. I think he just popped his head up, or I don't even think he did. He just turned around.
So I couldn't even see him through the darkness then.
That would be correct.
Well,
Okay.
by my memory, I was pretty clear that I didn't give a shit, and I was going to go back downstairs, and I think everyone was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
If I knew he was taking off, I don't think I'd have abandoned him.
Well, he's got
Well,
he's
Yane
abandoning
and Tammon with him.
Yeah, we're right there with him.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have abandoned him.
What am I
Are you
exhausted?
you staying or not?
No offense. I'd go. I'm just trying to see if I have like a message spell or something, but it's taking me a second to log in. But no, I'd definitely go with him.
So, Kirill, the rest of your party has left, and Mercadian looks at you. What's all this about? Where are you all headed? I thought you guys would be interested in such a thing. Is Kirill there? Mr. Drinky?
I think he's still gone.
Jesus.
Oh, no. How
Even when
unfortunate.
he's here, he's not here.
Well, Yane, you start pulling away some rocks. And you're making some progress, but as you kind of do, it's the mass kind of shifts, and it almost like sucks your foot in, like some rocks kind of push down through your legs. And I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
Big, strong man.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
All right. So you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as your ankle is nearly crushed. Your sheer tenacity keeps it from being broken, but you're kind of stuck right now.
Like, okay.
Well, Kirill has a lot of rope, but he's up there. And I'm
I mean-
useless to pull you out. Because I'm a pussy, and I have disadvantage on my pussy checks.
I'm sure I'm just gonna have to pull myself out.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Unless
Can I
Halberd has
make
some
a-
magic.
I'm gonna something.
Can I make like some sort of check or something? Like, do I think that looked normal, or do I? Because you said the whole mass like shifted, right? Which to me
Yep.
sounds weird.
Yeah, no. You can make a just a straight intelligence check.
11.
11. I mean, it looked somewhat natural. The shift of the rubble, it just looks like it's very unstable. Like maybe a couple more stones falling loose, and this whole thing will just like tumble down the stairs, and like the blockage will be free. But maybe there's some type of trap involved here. It's tough to say unless you can detect magic in some way.
I don't have like detect magic, but
Kirill, the rest of your party has fled the scene of Mercadian, and he turned to you and was like, are you all not interested in discovering your history?
Oh, I'm interested. Bring on the knowledge.
Okay, you're the only one that's up there.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, so you guys, he starts to give you a couple of visions. Which one did you say that you wanted to see first?
What were the options?
Well, the Sanctum of the Stars, or the Sanctum of Memory, has seen everything under the stars for approximately 70,000 years. So, what event would you like to discover?
I would like to see exactly what happened in Solura. When
That I can show you. But before we do, we're going to go back to the rest of the party. What do you guys do? Yane, you're stuck.
I'm
Are
just
you,
looking at this guy's ankle, and I'm like, dude, I'm worthless right now. I'm so tired.
Can I try to pull myself free?
Yes, you can. Make it with disadvantage.
Can I guide him?
Yeah,
Okay.
What would you like me to roll for this specifically?
athletics.
I'm
Okay.
sitting there with one hand on your leg, like encouraging you, but realizing I'm too weak to actually help.
Yeah, I don't need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, you like almost just rip your foot straight out of there, and like the rock goes flying, just slams into a nearby wall. It's like just had some serious
Strength,
yeah,
athletics,
one of those. Yeah, one of those.
super athletic.
Short twitch muscle action right there. So you're free. Still pile of rubble blocking your guys' way downstairs.
That was fucking weird.
How is this weird? You are
I don't know. I don't.
you are eating rubble with your feet.
I'm like, it doesn't even matter to me. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, so you just
Yeah.
digging back in? Okay.
Yeah.
You make another
might as well.
athletics check, and if anybody's helping him, you can roll with advantage. 22.
Oh, yeah, to help out, like slowly, like directing him towards which ones I think would be best not to
Yeah,
get crushed
you're
under.
helping.
We
No,
should
that one,
we should
that's a
make
good
a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw.
That's a nice boulder.
Oh,
All right.
how?
Yane, make another dexterity saving throw.
I mean, 10's not that bad.
It's not.
Okay.
It's really not.
It's not terrible. It's not a terrible roll. This time, Yane, so Misha's giving you some great advice, and
Thank
you guys
you.
are making serious progress. And then she tells you about one particular stone, and it's looking like it's an easy grab. You go in for it, and you immediately can sense the shift is about to happen, and you are able to jump away in time as the entire mass just kind of crumples down. And you can hear stones cascading over stones, and dust just pluming up from the rubble. What do you guys do?
I'm tempted
that
to
was weird.
summon a celestial to
I
help
want
us
to
move
listen
stones.
to if there's anything else kind of
Yeah,
sounding
do we hear
like
any
that aren't
screams or
stones.
anything?
Something that isn't a stone
yeah.
hitting a stone sound. If I can hear anything.
Yeah, if you're listening for it, make a perception check.
13.
Like the wrong. Oh no, I didn't. 24.
Oh, is everybody at disadvantage right now, or is it just Tammy?
No, just me.
Okay.
Okay, if that's all the perception checks there.
I was too distracted by Yang nearly getting crushed, so there's no way.
Sure. So, Tammin, you don't hear anything out of the usual. The stones just clattering down there. There's nothing that you can really perceive into the darkness as far as vision goes. The air isn't putrid or anything like that. It's just dusty. Haldir, you hear after all of those stones fall, and you can hear like some of them just like skittering basically across, so some that get tossed a little bit further. You hear even just beyond that, like rocks skipping even further away, and like when I say further away, I mean like several 50 feet, 60 feet, and then maybe another clatter, well, maybe 100 feet away. And it's kind of like echoing and reverberating up. It's just very faint, like the rock wasn't very big, but there's definitely a drop somewhere down there.
Okay.
Can you share that?
I think it goes pretty deep, but I have to go down there, so I'm gonna just like attempt to fucking get through all these rocks and go down there.
Yeah. As long as you're taking your time, picking through your path is not too terribly difficult. What are you guys using for a light source here?
I have the light spell cantrip, so I could be doing
Just
that.
assuming that you do use
Yeah,
that.
I would just if I couldn't. Well, I'm human, so I couldn't see, so I would.
I'm using my eyes.
Nice. All right. So you guys pop down to the floor below, and you see a similar or a familiar sight approaching you. It's engraved on the floor. Once again, the markings of Heliaki that you saw underneath the tree where Aveen was at, and you kind of spilled your blood on it when you first ran into Mercadian underneath there. And a little bit further ahead in this passageway, or this room, there is a sharp drop off, just like it was in. Oh gosh, where was that place? I don't know. I'm on this page.
Tess or something. Or...
When we were in the
close to Pix. Close to Pix.
Yeah.
That grove. Yep. So in that same vein, there is skittering from the light. I love that I'm using that word so many times. The light spell. You can see like amber roots that are coming down from the ceiling, the roots of the tree that this tower is nestled in.
Are there little holes in the walls similar to like the last time we were in a big old funnel cave?
You can make a perception check if you'd like.
Because I'm thinking with skittering, I'm already pulling out. So I'll look, but I'm already pulling out a wherever my crappy thing is.
Hand axe. I have no idea what you have.
No. Been so long.
Fly swatter.
Yeah, that fly swatter spell. That's exactly what I'm pulling out. That one. Wherever it is, I'm trying to find it. The big swirling thing.
I was totally kidding. I have no idea what you're talking. Oh, you're talking about Spirit
Guardians. It's literally my fly swatter spell.
Oh yes, to kill all the little things. I see.
Just in case. It's a very long duration, 10 minutes. So I'll
Sure.
I'll pop
just
that.
Waking up everything right now. Just
I think we already did. Oh, I'm sorry. You said do a wisdom check to check for.
No, just a perception. Yeah.
Perception. All right, I'll wait 1 second to look before I do this. Fail to crit success. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. So you scan this platform, and it really isn't much of a room. It is just more of a platform where this ritual gate is, and then an opening to this the tree roots, basically. You do spot that there is a set of stairs that lead down, like alongside of this cavernous drop. But you don't see any familiar buggish holes in the wall
All right.
in this current area.
I'm listening for him.
Listen,
No spell yet, but I'm listening. If the holes aren't there, then they probably don't exist here. At least those things don't.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys do?
So now that we're down here a little bit, is this like how open is this area? Like it's like a tunnel, but like
yeah. So there's just that platform that you guys landed on, which is about probably 50 feet across, with the mark of Heliaki in the center of it, and there's a bit of a archway on either side of it. Then there is a chasm that further off into the chasm you can see the roots of the tree dangling down from the ceiling, and there's the stairs that lead from your platform that you're on down into the chasm. The chasm itself you cannot see the bottom of right now.
Oh, you're talking about like there's like a giant fucking hole.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember what the place was like now. Okay. Well, I can't see the bottom. I can't see the bottom because it's too far, or it's too dark, or what's the?
With a light spell, you have get
I'll
like
toss
60 feet of vision.
I would take the stone that I have that's lit up, and I would toss it down there. And you just watch it fall.
Okay. Yeah, it falls for maybe 120 feet, 130 feet, and clatters the ground down there. You can see a little bit of light shining down there. Makes a echo, clatters against the walls.
Mm-hmm. And did I see the bottom? But I didn't see the bottom.
Oh, you can see the bottom. I mean, you can still see the light.
It's still at least 120 feet to descend. So we're gonna need ropes or some kind of fly spells, or assuming we're trying to get to the bottom.
There are stairs.
Oh shit! No stairs. Misha starts walking to the stairs.
Sure. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the stairs that we came down.
No. There's another set of stairs that leads down into the chasm.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. I will go down the stairs.
The natural method.
The natural way. Okay. So who's leading the way on this?
I don't know, but it ain't me. I'll be.
I will.
Middle.
I can.
Haldir, I think, right? Or
Sure,
is Yane
I can go first.
broken little ankle?
No, I'll go.
It's just a scratch.
I will carry the ring.
Would have destroyed anybody
I'll go
else's.
behind
Would
Haldir.
cripple for life. But his muscles were just too thick.
They held my bones together.
Yeah. Okay. So Haldir is leading the way down. Haldir, why don't you make a perception check as you're shambling your way down? Well, you got a very good perception. About 20 feet into this, you see a part of the stairs has like almost decomposed, or like melted away.
Well, these are like dirt stairs.
Stone hewn stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. It's porous and cracked. And you kind of like kick your foot across it, and so some like dust kicks away with it.
Does it? I'll like kind of test my weight on it and see if it feels sturdy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no indication that it's weaker than any other steps, just besides just the crunch of the step itself not being smooth.
Okay. Well, I'll inform the group that to watch their footing, but I'll keep going.
Sure. You continue along this path, and it's not difficult for Misha to see and Haldir to see as you guys are keeping your eyes peeled. There are those familiar holes in parts of these walls from those sicketed burrowers. And you see more signs of acidic damage to the stairs. At some points, it's like so worn away and narrow that you have to just take the step with 1 foot and kind of hold the wall as you take the next step down. But it is, for the most part, continuous all the way to the bottom, where you can see some of the roots reach this far down, and they just have that amber glow where they're almost translucent. And it's kind of a pretty image as you kind of look back up through the cavern with the light reflecting off the walls. You can see these roots just kind of spreading down. But other than that, doesn't really appear that there's anything down here.
These elves made such pretty worlds for being such horrible bastards.
There
But
is
we're not like to the bottom, right?
no. So this is you guys are at the caldera, basically at the bottom of this this chasm. There are a few larger holes that appear at the base of this cavern, but there's no sign of life anywhere down here, so far as you can tell.
There's no sign that there's been anyone here recently or anything.
Well, why don't you make another perception check or
Okay.
investigation check? So you kind of investigate along the floor and pathways here. You kind of walk up to some of these larger gapes in the wall, and you do see on the southernmost one, that's kind of the direction that you came from initially, running down the stairs. You do see what looks to be possibly dried blood.
Okay.
Fresh? Not fresh, it's dry.
I'm gonna ask Misha to take a look at it because
Oh, no, this is her
kind
jam.
of her thing or something.
This is totally her thing. If you're looking for a body,
Yeah,
Misha
you
can
look at
help
the
you
blood,
out.
Yeah.
You want like a medicine?
Yes, please. Yeah. And your intent is to find out if this is fresh?
Fresh, but also there's different colors.
Sure.
So meta-wise, I know that there's different colors to different blood based on like where it would come from.
Okay.
Like, are we talking like, oh no, like this is like someone cut a finger, like wow, no, you like really opened up your liver.
Yeah. It looks to be possibly a little bit more of the latter, based
shit.
on your medicine.
Mm.
Say whoever took this wound is probably not feeling too great.
How dear? We should find your friend. And sooner is better.
Hmm. Not ideal.
That is as much as she can muster to tell him.
I think we just have to continue down that path, I guess. I mean, we don't really have any other leads, so.
Was there anything after I look at the blood? Was there anything around like a trap or you know what I mean, like something that would have caused like kind of a wound?
No, there was no triggering mechanism that did it. There's no sign of
Okay,
anything.
nothing like. Okay.
You guys continue down this tunnel, and it kind of weaves and turns for about 60 feet before you come across some more of this blood. Pooled this time, and not far away from it is a very dead halfling. His body has been, at this point, torn in two. He appears to be wearing just traveling gear, a bit warm for the weather up here. And he's carrying with him a readily apparent a dagger. But he's looking pretty dead. He's got this just dusty blonde hair, and his eyes just kind of lulled open. Yeah.
Does this wound look familiar to us, like something we've seen before, or like implements we've encountered? Or not really.
None of you guys took a fatal blow from one of these weapons, but you probably sewn up enough of the cuts that it does not look dissimilar to what the Sycothids used. The blades, the drones, basically, with the four swords.
Did you want to talk to him?
That would maybe be helpful.
I'm going to move the dagger away from his hand.
Does the dagger look familiar to us, or have like any?
Just looks like a simple dagger.
Okay, no significance to us then.
No,
Pretty sure
it's
I
just
can
its only weapon.
speak with
Okay.
it twice with my armor.
Is it twice per day that you can do it for free?
Thought it was twice a day for free.
Winston Rabi?
Wait, what's it called again?
Winston Wabri?
Winston
Rabbit?
Wabi, yes, Winston
Yeah.
Wabi.
Yes. I see you gain 1/3 and 4th. I think it's actually your crown.
Oh, headdress. Never
yes,
mind.
you can do
Yes,
it.
yes. That's the one that does it. This one lets me raise dead, but that's a thought for a second from now.
Yeah.
Same thing as before. You can talk to him. Limited time. I would use my headdress to cast that if people or if Haldir wanted to talk to him.
I mean,
And remind him that there's 3 questions.
I think we should ask him if he came here with anyone, and how and what time of year he came here. Because I guess we know it's pretty recent, right? Because
He's not decayed.
He's not. Yeah, as I say, it sounds like he's still not. Not like
It's not falling to
mummified, but
bits.
not. Yeah, he's not falling to bits, and he's not putrid, right?
yeah.
He's stinky.
He's stinky, but he's not getting
Yeah.
gooey.
He's not
So I think we should ask who he came here with, and how many creatures did him in. How many creatures were there? Things like that, right?
I agree.
And if there's anything we need to know.
The pertinent questions.
Okay, so you cast the spell, and
Yup.
the spirit of the halfling, or the animation of the corpse itself, kind of pops and cracks the neck a little bit. What? Damn it. Oh. That's all it says. Unless you ask it something.
Yeah, I think you should ask who he came here with. I don't think I'm able to ask that question, right? I think it has to be.
This caster the spell, I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Oh no, yeah, I would just relay whatever question.
Sure. And so you ask who he came here with? I came here on an expedition with Namek, Robin, and Hema.
Okay. We should ask if he knows if the others are okay. I think. Unless someone else has a better.
I mean, how would he know? I mean, if there's nobody dead
If
before
they
him,
were-
then he wouldn't
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but we don't know if that's the case or not, right?
I guess. It just seems like more often he's most likely not gonna have any fucking clue, but go for it.
Or like, were they on their way down? Were they on their way up? We could ask them that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Which way were they coming from? Or yeah, I don't know.
What do you ask?
Let's ask which direction they were heading when he fell.
Kind of like Pop tries to turn its head, but the tendons are all fucked up. And it's just like, I guess we were headed further down. I'm not sure which way that is now.
I'm gonna look at how they're not wasting one of the questions, but like, he's one of your friend's friends, a companion.
It would seem so, yes.
I want to save a question, the last one.
What is it?
I can help him, help his friends. I can help him do more when he's dead. But I would only do that if he wanted it, or I would do it to someone who's horrible. But for him, I would ask. She's gonna ask him if he wants to
Ask
help.
away.
We are questing to save your companions who are hurt. One of them is alive. And we might run into those who hurt you. Did you want to spend some unlife fixing what was done wrong?
I don't want to see those things again.
I will leave it as that as an answer.
Sure. Okay.
Well, given that, I think we should. Head further down in the tunnel.
Sure.
They'll be ready to be attacked for sure.
Seems likely.
Portions of it narrow out and widen. You eventually,
How wide's the tunnel?
at its widest, maybe 20 feet across, and at its thinnest, maybe 8.
Okay. I would remind my compatriots that these things tend to throw things that splash all over the place, so we should probably spread out a little bit.
That is the truth.
Sure.
I'll take a couple steps away from people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I have no problem being like 10 feet ahead of everyone else.
Well, with that in mind,
I would try
How
to
dear.
keep 20.
as you are leading the pace here, you come across the corpse of a cicadid. It looks like it has many burn marks across its body. Some of its limbs have been blasted off. And it does even have some slash wounds to it. But it's dead. It's still holding its 4 swords. It's crushed out, its body leaking its gooey blood.
How big are these swords?
They are maybe half step larger
You've
than
described them
a
before,
long
but-
sword that you would wield.
Oh,
So
okay.
kind of like almost in between what a great sword would be for you and a long sword.
Well, probably just leave that thing be and keep going forward.
These count as creatures, right? Cicadids.
They're more humanoids. Yeah.
I remember they're like half human, half spider or some bullshit.
I was just
Pretty
wondering if
close.
my,
There's
if my
more like
race-
half
my
human,
race
half
dead.
beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They only have six
Yeah,
legs.
but you always use the Driders for their tokens.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
don't get
Driders were the
confused.
tokens. That's correct. Yeah.
Can I raise dead on a Sycophid?
You could try. Yeah.
I'd do that. I think let me see if I can find my armor thing. I think it gives me at least like an expenditure of that. If not, I have the spell, but
Gives you spell slots. I don't think it gives you a fifth level spell
that's
slot.
true. Yeah, no, I do have the spell though. I think I can use it for other stuff that relate. But I would I'd try to lift that
You
Drider up.
consume 500 GP with the raised dead spell.
God damn it! Let me check my coins. I don't think I have money.
I don't either.
My,
You just
my
bought
D&D
a.
Beyond character.
you
No,
just
I don't
got a
have any
Spent
money.
100 grand.
Never mind. I don't have any money at all. Damn it!
Yeah, you literally emptied our
Yeah,
coin purses for
I
that.
emptied all of the money. Never mind.
Guys,
You guys don't have. You don't even have 500 gold
I
pieces.
don't
if
think
you
we
maybe?
do. I don't think we do.
Gosh,
I think we do. I don't know that she does.
I don't think I do. I emptied all of my personal
So
funds
cringe.
into it.
I can give you 500.
girls only
you
want
want-
one thing.
Do you wanna
It's
hand me your
disgusting.
money so I can like powder it up and
Sure.
raise a Sycophid to fight for us?
Yeah, I'll give you 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think it just requires a humanoid skeleton at a minimum.
Oh, we just passed one.
Well, I asked him if he would, and he said no.
Yeah, well.
So life is hard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Unlife
always
is
do what
hard.
you want.
Death is hard.
Undeath is hard.
Okay. So you go to cast Raise Dead. The casting time on that bad boy is 1 hour.
Is it really? Oh my god.
I'm not
Animate
sitting here for an hour.
Same. I'm tired.
No wait, animate dead is sorry,
you're
not
saying
raised dead.
animate dead.
Animate dead. No, that's different. Yeah. Animate dead, not raised dead. It's instantaneous and it doesn't cost me anything, so I throw your money back at you.
Oh, fuck. Ow.
And I apologize because that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
She was trying to raise dead the Sycophant.
Oh no, God no. Sorry, I was trying to make a guy I
Skeleton.
could like control.
A
Yeah, I was just trying to make a
skeleton.
skeleton.
Yeah.
Do you need my
Well,
money back?
You absolutely
I hand it back to
can
you.
pull a skeleton. And you can pull up a skeleton from the bones of this Sycophid.
I just need I just need bones basically. If I don't have the bones, I don't have anything to work with basically. I can do putredy guys, but otherwise I get
Look at the
skeleton.
bones.
I would even say that more realistically, you would get a putredy guy. It's like kind of a mix between. It's like a carapist zombie.
That's okay because that's a thing.
He takes like small little mandibles, and he has 4 of them, and he kind of skitters around, and he's got a little bit of a torso, a little bit of a maw, little tiny teeth.
Were there any other bodies around?
And there were no other bodies around. No.
Okay, that's all right. We're doing this.
Okay, yeah, that only takes a minute to cast. So yeah. All right, so you have one little carapist zombie following you around.
He's taking point if I can.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. In front of you. Okay. And I assume then you continue further forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I intend to.
Haldir, it doesn't take much longer, but you begin to hear faintly. It's almost like a haggard breath, and an occasional cough coming from up ahead.
Okay.
Hacking up
Well,
something.
Would not deter me, I don't think. But I would, say we might be walking into a trap. So if you if you wish to turn around, now would be the time.
I have this Sycophid walking farther ahead.
Yeah, just send the Sycophid in.
Yeah. How dare we are with you?
All right.
Are you
Then,
sending the sicketh zombie ahead?
Yeah.
No, I would say
stop
you're
in
not
case your
sending
friend's
that
ahead.
thing ahead. I don't want to scare this.
Research takes like so long to realize like how this would be scary, and they're just like, oh,
It is terrifying. It is disgusting. The thing that's following
Yeah.
you around.
I would prefer that thing not exist at all, but I'll,
in addition to its zombie stats, when it does damage, it deals an additional D4 acid damage.
ooh.
In any case, gotta say it every time. You move ahead, Haldir.
yeah.
Okay. So you start to turn the corner in this passageway, and immediately you are met with a small glow of light, and you can see a female dwarf that you're familiar with, kind of standing over or leaning over a older gentleman who is wrapped in some bandages and has some clothing kind of stacked up around him. He's lying down, and then you see another half-elven individual who has some bandages across his chest, and he's the one who's doing the wheezing right now, doing the hacking.
Okay.
They have not seemed to notice you yet.
I'd call out to them. Namek, Emma, it's me. Are you okay? And
Haldir, thank the gods, it's you. Come quick. I don't know how much longer he has.
Blech.
Oh God, I don't know if I can handle all the trauma. Yeah. So I'll walk up and approach them and try and get a understanding of the situation. Like, how bad is it? I'd ask Misha to help with take a look.
Yeah, I would do my class thing for Spare the Dying.
Okay. He's not dying right now.
No, he's dead.
I thought he was pumping blood.
The half elf is not looking great.
That's the one I thought that was 0 hit points. Is he?
No, he's
Oh,
not.
Oh.
He's not dying. No, he's maybe got a couple left.
Oh, and then Misha's
Yeah.
not impressed, but she'll start she'll start doing medicine stuff.
Namek, on the other hand,
him
as
out.
you see him moving over to him, occasionally you see him seize up, and then his muscles relax. And you can see where they have like just clothes kind of piled around him to keep him from bashing his head against the rock that's underneath him. And what comes to your attention almost immediately is there is a shard of amber that is gripped around his right hand. Or rather, he has his right hand gripped around the shard of amber. And there's blood that's coagulated around it. And you can see coming up from that arm, there are black veins that curl up all through his arm, through to his heart and head, and down through the rest of his body to a lesser extent.
Does this object look at all familiar to us, or does it ring? I feel like it should, but I don't. It's like I feel like I'm missing something.
It looks a lot like a piece of the root that you guys had passed on the way in here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
We just came here to do some research, and he got greedy. He tried to attune to it, and then this, and then a sycophant attacked us, and we were able to ward it off, but Alden's dead back there somewhere. And I don't know what to do, Haldir.
Dead back there, way back there.
Realistically, like how fucked do I think this guy is?
He's really
like an 8, or like a 10.
No, he's like an 8. I mean, his skin color, aside from the veins running across him, is not bad. And it hasn't like lost a lot of blood. It doesn't look like. It's just he's got a wounded hand. There's something going on with his body, and he's having seizures as he tenses up and shakes about again for a little bit, and then rests.
Would I know anything about this other than he needs to like let go of whatever he's holding on to? And
well, I imagine he can't or something, right? I mean, this isn't like a
No,
raccoon
yeah.
stuck in the.
Taking a closer look at the hand itself, it looks like it's almost fused to his flesh at this point. Like the blood that's kind of coagulated around it. As you see, it kind of like flakes off. It just looks like his hand. There's no difference between his hand and the amber.
Would at my first inclination, I would tell Haldir is like, there might be a choice between hand and knife.
One thing to also note is that amber does not look as pure as the one that you saw back there. It's like more diluted.
His touching it has corrupted it. Would be my guess.
I'm wondering if
cut his hand off. Is there a point where so it looks like it's fused to it, but I'm guessing his skin is changing from like point of contact up, right?
Yeah, it looked like it had more profound effect from the
You
hand.
can just lop it off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how far up will we have to go to reach not amber skin?
It's just gripped into his hand. So, you mean not like the black veined part of his body? It's all over his chest and head.
Black veins?
He's fucked.
But like
the amber itself is clutched specifically in his right hand, and that's all that there is.
And that's the only place where like the reaction or the fusing happens. She's gonna suggest cutting off his hand.
Just give me the word. Say the word.
There's an axe ready to go.
Yeah, it's probably.
I mean, he's like semi-coherent, is he not?
Hey, do you want your arm?
Am I wrong?
He doesn't
about that?
respond. He doesn't. There's no.
I'll take that as a no.
There's no response to any of.
Maybe
I'll
I
be
should.
braced and ready to
Maybe we should take him to Mercadian, as ill as that is to say. If there's anyone who is going to know,
at all.
I don't either, but I think he's dead.
Yeah, it does seem that way. How long did it take for us to travel down those stairs and get to this point? Like just a couple of minutes?
Yeah, just a few minutes. And so when you are saying
I can take him.
that he's dead, like he does have signs of life. Like he still has a heartbeat. He's still breathing. He's just
I know.
occasionally seizing up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying what you meant. Yeah, you mean like he's not there anymore. The internal wounds are too much. Sure. Okay. So what do you want to do?
Let me read this thing real quick. Apparently they updated the character sheet and a bunch of my stuff is fucked up, so I have to look everything up. It's really nice.
If we take him up, we could do that. How long, out of curiosity, has this particular thing been happening? Like days, right? Like we're days into this.
Yeah, so you're asking Hema.
Yeah, because they sent a message to Haldir.
Yeah, it took us like several days to get here, right?
Exactly, right? And then they were down here before that, so.
We killed the Cicatid maybe 3 days ago. And Namek, we were stuck down here, I don't know, maybe 4 days ago, and it was on that day that he tried to use it. He thought that it might be like a power source, and that he could like blast away the rocks or something that blocking our path, but it didn't work at all.
What happened? How did the building collapse? Were you down here when it happened? You don't know?
We were down in that pit where the roots were, and we just heard what was like a bolt of lightning or something. And when we came back up, it was just too much rubble. We couldn't move it. I thought one of us would get crushed if we tried. We thought one of these tunnels might lead us out, but it was in this.
Yeah, I think we just have to take him up. I mean, we cleared the rocks out. There's a man, or an elf, or I don't really know what he is, truthfully, and I don't really trust him, but I think he would maybe be able to help, and I think without it, it's probably for naught. So.
I trust your decision, but if you've opened the path, we have to get out of here. There could be more of those things anywhere.
I'm sure that there are. It's not the first time we've seen them, and I wish to not engage with any more of them.
Sure. So you guys work together to carry Namek in his little cocoon. And does anybody spare a healing spell? This is just like, please, just anything.
I give.
Yes.
I give a prayer of healing if we have the 10 minutes to spare.
I will give them a potion because apparently our people are.
We haven't exactly rested in a long time, and for some reason I don't know what happened, but I burned through like 6.
We definitely have rested.
Spells.
I have a
You
bunch
should
of minor.
I have 3
I have a bunch of
third
minor
level
healing
spells
potions.
and 4 third level. 4th. I don't have any spells except for 5th level and second
You
level.
don't need to do
believe
that.
I don't believe
So,
that's correct at all.
I don't know.
You should have most of your spells. You should have most of your spells except for
we
what you
slept
cast.
after you slept while Yane was eating the heart, and then we walked to this tower. So
Yeah.
unless you used something in the tower, which you did use your animate
only
dead.
animate dead.
Yeah.
But I cast it at a higher level because I had no lower level spells. But if we
Yeah,
did
you
actually
can cast it
rest, I
at
didn't have to
third.
reset.
Yeah.
All right. No, then fine. Yes, I'd give him a.
Fine.
I give him a healing word. There's a little bit of healing. Yeah.
Just get up, dude. She's like, it's still tender, but I'll make it, I guess.
It's still 9. It's still 9 healing.
Yeah.
And it's instant, so.
All right. Okay. And then you guys continue or make your way back up. Is that the plan?
Yes. I'll keep an eye on him.
That's my intention.
Can I do
wanna
a medicine check while we're going? Because I want to look at his veins and the.
I want to ready in action. I want to be one of the people carrying this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if we encounter an enemy and we're close enough, which I think we probably are close enough already, then I'm going to dimension door with that guy up to the top of the tower.
Okay.
With Namek.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could get that. That would be feasible.
It's 500 feet, so I would think we're probably already in range.
Yeah, I think you probably could.
And you can go to
maybe,
a specific spot if you've seen it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you guys start to make your way back up to the tower, the Sanctum of Memory. While that's going on, we'll catch up with what Carol's been seeing. So, Carol, you're just in this room alone with Mercadian. Are you there?
Show me what happened to my homeland.
Oh Lord.
Certainly, I can absolutely do that. I mean, you mean specifically the golden wave of light that destroyed everything?
Yes, the cataclysm that brought them.
Sure. All right. Well, let's see. And he starts to just adjust dials and knobs on this desk in front of him, and you see a rapid transition of stars and the sun as the correct time comes into place, and you're field of view shifts from looking at the stars to coming down from the stars and the sun as you see a massive battlefield laid out in front of you with several thousand soldiers on each side. There's numerous cavalry charges and then even bestial creatures that are being unleashed by the Lenarans. And it looks like the Solurans are putting up a pretty good fight. They are even bolstered somewhat by Dark Elf soldiers. You see the participation of some of the band of Unum, who are dropping explosives into the back lines of the Lenarans, right into their groups of archers. Yeah, it's going pretty well for the Solurans. Mercadian kind of overviews the battle. Decent tactics. But let's refine the image a bit. And she kind of changes the settings on what he's looking at, and instead of seeing people in clear definition, you start to see just bodies of light fighting. And as each one falls in battle, and you can see like in the explosions where like many people die, the light gets scattered, but then it starts to drift south, and more souls die. And the people pass. This light's getting pulled in a southerly direction. Go ahead.
Where's this light going?
That's the trick here. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that mountain. And he's pointing to the Valley of the Shepherd. And on a balcony that he's kind of highlighting, you see familiar face of Mandau Dwyer holding up a crown high above his head, and you can see that it's collecting the light of those souls. And the crown itself, as he kind of flips back between normal vision and this ley line vision, he kind of explains, so I'm not exactly sure how well versed you are in magics, but each living creature, and quite honestly, in this place, even some inanimate objects, have the ability to, or are, a piece of the ley line, a piece of the magic thread itself. And you can concentrate it by using particular tools. That crown is one of those tools, and it's just about fully charged. And as you see just a few more souls of light pop into it, you can see Mandau Dwyer utter an incantation, and from him issues a massive wave of golden light that entirely vaporizes a vast portion of your country. And you get to witness it in an aerial view as you watch the towns of Olim and Neopoa just get obliterated.
I'm going to cut out his tongue and mutilate him.
What?
Are you talking about Mandau Dwyer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think
In the moment.
Yeah. I think you may be out of luck, at least with that particular copy, as he resumes the image, and there's just the crown, and the body that was holding it is completely turned to ash. It's just like a little blackened spot where he was.
So where is the crown now? It's on.
Well, eventually somebody does come and pick it up, and he scrolls through, and another Mandau Dwyer appears in that area and picks it up.
Wow.
Follow him.
Easily done. But what do you exactly want?
I want to know where the crown is right now. Where
We already
the original copy of him is.
The real original copy of Mandau Dwyer?
Flesh and blood man, not the wooden puppet.
I'm not even sure this can do that, but I will try. And then as far as the crown goes, that one's pretty simple. And you can see the sky shift far to the south and west. In Gelrin, you see it atop the head
Queen
of the Queen of Linares.
Ah,
As she sits on a throne in a grand antechamber, surrounded by her peers and children.
so this means when the doom comes to Jelran, that crown will be charged again and able to annihilate a grand portion of the land.
Well, that's not exactly how it works. So now, see, that piece right there is a key. Key to a certain prison, actually. And once each piece of the key is charged, that does have a bit of a release in energy, but it doesn't happen multiple times. Now, there are 7 keys. And so, with that being one, and I think there's 3 or 4 more that are fully charged, there's only, a few more artifacts that could possibly cause trouble at this point.
So, what are these keys?
Do you mean
The crown. There was that dagger that Manathok had.
yes? There's a crown, a mask, a dagger, an orb. There's a key itself, a literal key. Then there was what was it? A gauntlet, and then a veil.
So, what's stopping any of us, you or I, or anybody else, from just getting one of these uncharged artifacts and throwing it in a volcano? And letting whatever is locked away stay locked away for eternity.
It wouldn't destroy it, but it would definitely put it out of the hands of most people. I fear that, well, there's that King Durham. He's a tricky one. I think that he might be able to even recover it there, if he knew where to look.
Who is King Darum again?
Oh, that's the King of Gelrin, the current King
yes,
of Gelrin.
Mr. Demonic Manathok Man, yes.
Yes, that is another way that you could look at him. Probably a more accurate one. Is there anything else you wanted to witness? And so, as he says that, your rest of your party is coming up from the void, as the imagery took quite a while to portray. So you watched that battle occur. You watched the crown explode, and you discovered the location of the crown. He did not show you where Mandoutduir was. He didn't mention it again.
Well, this can only show where the sun is seen. What happens
Exactly.
outdoors. So
to a large extent, yes. But it appears that your companions have finally returned. With some more people. Enter Haldir and your companions. So you guys didn't run into any trouble on the way back up.
Mercadian.
Yes, Haldir.
This whole time
Leyline.
you've been claiming not to be such a bad guy. And, begrudgingly, of course, and maybe on accident, we did help you. And now I need you to return the favor. Something is happening to my friend here, and I think only you would maybe know what this is or how to stop it if it's possible. And
kind of peeks over. Yeah. He kind of peeks over, comes a little bit closer, and then kind of takes like a half step forward and then stops. He's like, ooh, that fellow's dead. There's nothing you can do for him.
Nothing.
No, nothing at all. A quick blow to the brain would be the best.
So you've seen this before, or?
Well, he's he's infected by, I guess you could call it the souls of solar elves, but we don't really have those. Just part of our creation by Heliaki himself. We just kind of die differently. Maybe memories is a more accurate term, but there's nothing left of whatever he was before. It's all just, well, a culmination of the souls of my people, and you don't want to wake that up. So I just kill it.
Kirill looks over, like, what happens if we just, chop off, like, the infected arm and then, like, kill him and revive him shortly after?
It's too late for the rest of his body. It's all the way through him, so just chopping off the hand won't do anything. You could try to resurrect him, but I don't think that his soul would have survived getting invaded. It's probably been ripped apart and kind of fed on by the other souls.
What are you saying will happen if we leave him like this? You're saying he'll be taken over, or what?
Oh, well, potentially. I mean, the body looks like it's suffered quite a bit of damage, and as it is right now, it doesn't look like it can maintain what's going on inside of it. So he'll probably just die. Now, if you healed it, it might come back, but it's not going to come back like him. It's going to be a lot of angry solar elves. I can tell you that much, and they'll be able to utilize their capabilities. So it would be a poor decision.
Can I insight check him to see if he's telling me the truth here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know he lies like he breathes, but did that not roll through?
Yeah, I did not see a roll. Yeah.
I'll try hitting it again, so if it double rolls. Okay.
Ooh, 29. Yeah.
Your insight.
Damn.
Insightful as shit.
So he's telling you can tell he's telling the truth for the most part, but there's something else. There's something that he's leaving out in this equation. He's something he's holding back.
You're not saying everything. How dare. He's partial truths. He's hiding.
Hey, nothing I said has been untruthful. That is exactly what will happen if you heal him.
Partial truths, I said. I did not say you lied. You just aren't telling us.
If I told you all the truths about everything that there ever was, we would be here for days.
She's already rolling her eyes as he's going on. He is your friend. If he comes back as...
He just kind of waves his hands. Do what you will with him. I kind of want to show off what I've been doing. So, decide quickly, if you would.
What are you leaving out? I mean, you can't...
I'm not leaving out anything. I don't know what your cleric-y friend has to say about this. It doesn't matter.
Well, you don't... Now that part was a lie. Because you always leave something out. That's... Every conversation we've ever had, ever, has been that way.
If you don't believe me, feel free to heal him. But I will not be held accountable for whatever happens
I'm just asking what
story.
What is it that you're not telling us?
What is the third option?
Say that one more time.
What is your third option?
My third option.
The one you want first.
No. There is no third. I want you to kill him. I think that's the correct choice.
Is that the merciful choice?
That is most definitely the merciful choice. Your friend is gone. I am sorry to say.
What is that?
There's nothing that you can do for him. And Emma's like, that can't be Haldir. You guys are powerful. There's got to be some type of magic that you can do to bring him back or restore him or something.
The groveling has started.
What exactly is that amber he's holding?
Well,
You already
that
said.
is a shard of the trees that, well, my people coalesce in when we pass on.
So how did it get in his hand? Was it part of a sentient creature that lodged himself, or did he touch it and pick it up?
He picked it up. They were trying to escape because they were stuck in the basement after somebody blew up the whole building.
I didn't throw any lightning bolts. I can't throw lightning bolts. That was Mandau Dweir's fault, so don't blame that on me.
We could always try a greater restoration spell, but it would take till tomorrow morning to actually be able to do that. Because I don't have it trained right now.
It won't work. I can tell you that right now.
That was the best I got. I mean, I don't know about raising a weird zombie elf thing, but
Well, it's not exactly dead yet.
can I do another medicine check on him to see if I can like gain any insight onto anything that we could use to stem the weird black poisony infection? Because I'm pretty sure we could just take the hand off, but then it's just dealing with the infection part. That
You could remove the amber. That seems like the most obvious thing that you could do.
My only we didn't have any way, to my memory, to contact Sorendor, right?
No.
Yeah. Because I think that would be maybe the only option. It's kind of like when I had that thing stuck in my hand.
Eyebrow. Your mark. You mean?
No. Well, that too. I meant
Oh yeah, the
ring.
withering. The withering. Oh
Yeah. Or just one of my other afflictions. You know?
yeah. Yeah. One of my other problems. Oh, you're cured now.
I mean, if we're planning on trying to cut his hand off, like now's the time. We can stem the bleeding and everything, and because that's definitely not helping him, would be my guess.
Mandau, Mercadian, can we destroy the amber once it's cut off from him?
Oh, yeah, it's not particularly durable substance. You could absolutely destroy it. But it's mostly devoid of any resource at this point. Look, its color is faded. It's mostly inside of him now.
Then it can go back, can it not? Maybe we don't cut off his hand. Maybe that is a mistake. We need to force this back into the amber.
I'm telling you, he's just dead.
So,
I think we have to. I think he's right. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Solar Elves have done nothing good ever.
So, what happens if this thing fully
I don't know that we
metastasized?
can risk anything when it comes to them.
Well, either the body will fall apart due to its inability to maintain what's inside of it. He's not a solar elf, you see. Another solar elf could absorb that and potentially be fine, depending on how much they took in. And they would be able to collect the memories. And he drops the image, and he's just a skeleton of soul-scarred adamantium. So just black and teal with its glows. And he's like, I'm not a solar elf. And he reforms his image.
We know of one solar elf. I do not know how we go back there. Not even sure where there is.
Which solar elf do you know of? Oh, did you mention Aveen to me?
Yes.
Oh, that zealot? She wouldn't do anything for you.
Would she not want the memories of her people not to be absorbed by him?
Well, it's too late, and she can't recover them. She has no idea how to do any of this. She's a mindless drone.
You seem so sure of that.
A little tree protector that I didn't see a reason to come after. So yes.
Now, Mercadian, is any sort of... Would you be willing to be in communication with us? Long term.
Well, sure. And realistically, I'd almost like to travel with you. I'm kind of lost. I don't know where to look for, well, what I'm looking for.
No.
Save
I
him,
think that's...
and then maybe Haldir will look more favorably upon
Yeah,
it.
You
I
want
would
me to
rather-
save him, and then go ahead.
I would rather have you on our side than as an opposition, but yes, that's...
I agree. We could make a great team. That's even what I said when I was trying to get you to free me. I had to trick you. You were very rude.
Yeah, except
Jesus,
the last
fuck this
person
guy.
who was on your team turned into a giant black soul dragon. And the other one is dead.
Well, dwarves do die eventually. And
Well,
it wasn't really my fault that he got stuck there. That other dragon came and swooped in on him. How was I supposed to know such a thing would occur?
just saying, you disappear right at the same time. Seems a little iffy, no?
You do with your information what you will, but I, myself, me, this version of Marcadian, have been doing pretty much nothing for like 250 years.
I think we need to deal with Namek.
Well, can you teleport the pics?
That woman wouldn't help us anyway. Do you not remember our last encounter? She nearly
Sure.
killed me.
Did she?
Yes. I believe she called me a dirty half-blood.
I mean, it's true.
If he
Well,
wants to come,
That's not even the full slur. I'm going to be honest with you. She must have toned it down a bit for you. You're like an offshoot half-blood. So you twice removed.
Yes. I'm only like an eighth a bit made of the same horrible slew as you.
True. Yeah. But it does make you particularly unique. Your connection to the ley line is pretty strong, and it's getting stronger.
What ley line exactly?
Well, all the ley lines. I mean, sorcerers themselves, what your good friend here is, are capable of manifesting and changing the ley line as they see fit to a certain extent. Whereas other souls can only tap into it and pull from it. He actually is a source of magic.
Interesting.
I like pull Emma to the side and tell her that I think we just have to take him out. It pains me to say it, but these
She's just-
creatures are
Yeah.
they're immeasurably evil, powerful, and I do not think that Namek would appreciate being bent to their will.
Well, couldn't you just try and see that you didn't try to heal him at all? They've got some type of connection to the divine or something. I saw him heal Robin. There's got to be a way. You haven't even tried.
I fear what might happen if we do. I mean, it's possible we do that, and that substance takes him over. It's probably likely.
But you don't know that. You don't know if it will do anything. He could be lying about all of it. A healing spell could reverse the effects of the amber or something. We don't know. We have to try. This is Namek. He was one of your students for the longest time.
We did use a healing spell.
You were one of the students. No, you did not.
We did. We used
No, you healed the other guy.
Oh, no. Didn't I heal this guy?
No.
Well, Amber Hand dude?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you think it's worth trying, then I leave that to you.
You'll have to kill him if... You'll have to be the one.
I understand.
Oh, I thought you were talking to him.
No, I wasn't. I was not talking to Haldir. I'm talking to the one who's requesting the healing.
Oh, you are talking about the
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Like,
Well,
if this goes south, he has to...
If it's really that bad, I'll do whatever's right. But I just want to try.
You're responsible. And that is fine. Yin, this could go bad.
Well,
Axe ready?
yeah.
All right. I'll take 10 minutes to slowly begin healing him up with a prayer of healing.
Well, while she's doing that, at least let me show off what Mercadian did. And he starts going at the dials as you start to cast your healing prayer of healing.
Another 9, dude.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
a 9, but
It's on a much worse roll.
Right.
it's on a much worse world. But the up to 6 creatures of your choice I can see within range. The hit points equal to.
Okay.
So yeah, never mind. I thought that was a single target. That's fine. I'll dole out extra healing to the other guy then too. He'll also get a 9, and anybody else who is short, which I don't think there is.
Yeah, and took some damage.
Yeah, Ian takes.
I imagine the
Ian
other
also gets
people
9.
were not doing stellar.
No, he was. Well, yeah, Emma
Yeah.
looked like she was okay, and like it looked like the other guy had a deeper wound that couldn't be healed easily. But
Yeah,
through magic means it's worked.
popping out 9 healing to everybody who's taken damage.
Sure. So while you're doing that, prepping it, as it does take 10 minutes, he starts pulling the dials, and he shows you a grandiose city. Grandiose city, rather. And it is a city that you've seen before, or you saw a glimpse of, where you stole from this place in one of the visions. You stole from like a rainbow prism. And you see this city, and he focuses in on a few points. He says, "Those are runes of translocation. See? I couldn't figure out a way to succinctly deal with all of the solar elves at once. It took me a very long time. You see, they're just tons of bastards, and I couldn't fight them all. And especially after my brother kind of betrayed me to the council and kind of blew the whole lid on the thing. But I was trying to get these, anyways, once that happened, I figured, and this was very exciting news to me, I figured out how to do it. I was going to rip out our city from the weave and place it back into the material plane in a different location. Just kind of slap it right on top of a nether city. And hopefully the resulting energy would just explode and kill literally everything. And it actually worked. And so he shows the city get ripped from the weave and teleported above a massive island and city space that the likes of which you have never seen. Not nowhere you've even Gelrin comes close. It's like 30 Gelrins below you, and you see this massive glass city that has tons of skyscrapers that basically just implode in the sky above it, instantly ripping and rending the skyline around it, turning it red. The resulting energy causes a massive blast wave that just obliterates the city below. And in the distance, you can see small little ships making their way out of the harbor that are, some of which getting destroyed as well, but some of them are making their way across the sea.
Interesting.
Now, those folks over there are your ancestors.
Are you telling me you were the cause of the calamity?
Well, I didn't do it alone, but
Exactly
I was the
what he
main
said.
proprietor. Yes. And it's around this time that the prayer of healing goes off. And you see that Namek kind of rouses a little bit. Like he opens his eyes and like he can see through them almost like it's almost like he's recognizing things. And he kind of looks around the room. But you see that they're pitch black, like a solar elf's eyes. And he sees Mercadian. And he says,
I stab him with my sword.
"Bastard!" You usually stab him with your sword, cast to make an attack roll. He starts to cast a spell.
Alright. Oh gosh, I haven't used my sword in a long time. Where is this thing?
That hits.
22, dude.
He's still alive.
It's the spell off.
Oh my
You
god.
traitor, Mercadian! Die! And he casts a 9th level disintegrate.
Oh my god.
Ooh, holy shit.
Oh my god, a 9th level disintegrate. That's a
This might be
ton of-
ideal.
Yeah, I mean, this
I
might
mean,
just blow
don't mind
Mercadian
him.
away.
So it's for each slot above 7th level, you add 3d6 damage.
Yeah.
And it's 4d6, so it starts. So it's an extra 9d6. So
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. So disintegrated, blah blah blah.
so 19d6 plus
Never
40. I will just do this
You
as
gonna
a straight
public roll?
101 points of damage.
That's a lot of ones.
Oh.
Actually, not a lot of ones. 3 ones.
Mercadian reacts nonchalantly, lifting up his hand,
Counter
and it bounces off of his hand. I'm gonna roll a d20. Actually, no.
Yeah.
There's Haldir, Tammin, Misha, Yane,
Let's
Kirill,
see.
Robin, Namek, and Emma. Okay. So let's just do a quick. I'll go. Haldir's 1. Tammin is 2.
Ounces.
Amisha is 3. Then Yane. Then Kirill.
And himself too.
Then Namek. Had himself. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just,
Are we
bounce
gonna
again.
get a chance to make a dex save against this?
You will get a chance to make a dex save.
if
Yeah.
it hits us. Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to one-shot somebody if it hits them.
Emma, Robin.
How much HP does Yane have? Could he even survive
I'll
this
put-
if he
I'll
hadn't
put
taken the
Robin.
earlier damage?
I have 105.
So you could have barely lived had you not taken the damage from the ankle attack.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I will say 9 and 10. It doesn't hit anybody.
So make a public D10.
Yep,
I like this.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Namek.
That's perfect.
reflects right back into Namek, and that boy is so gone.
Evaporated into dust.
Couldn't have any
He
of
is
the
absolute
Oh, man.
ash. Well, I
Jeez.
told you it wasn't definitely not going to work.
traitor. No, that tracks.
Yes, he did call me a traitor. And I did kill pretty much every solar elf, so that's pretty accurate.
It is makes sense.
That was lucky, guys. I couldn't direct that one. I just kind of tossed it out. So, whew, close one.
What's the? I'm just gonna try and comfort Miss Hema a little bit.
He's just looking at this
Pile of ash.
the pile of ash where like there's just like the outline of where his body was, and then there's just ash like soot everywhere around it.
It's like
He
an
just
atomic shadow.
Yeah. My apologies, but it happens. We're lucky that was all he cast. He could have done something I couldn't deflect, and maybe we'd all die. Well, I wouldn't have died, but I could have got stuck. That wouldn't have been fun. Well, as it happens, that's all I really needed to show you. I wanted to see it happen, and I just thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing. Well, you didn't all get to see it, but Solura, we saw that. Kirill knows about it now. Mandoutduir had the crown, blew up everything with it. Yeah. I can answer
when
some
did
questions.
that happen? Exactly.
Well, that was just like less than a month ago.
Yeah. Okay. That's not ideal. Mercadian.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, we're from there.
Yes. It's just
I was
I mean, we
from
already
that
knew
city
about
that just got destroyed. It's not too big a deal.
well, you seem to be something of a sociopath, so
You didn't share any love for that city, whereas we were trying to save Solura, but here we are.
I killed a lot of my family in that attack, but they were getting in the way.
in the way of what exactly?
My work.
Which was
Well,
why
I guess I can give you a little bit more information. So, I don't know if you know about this greater deity called Solarket. Does that ring any bells?
I've heard it.
Yes.
So he's trapped here in the Sea of Cinders. We actually have an artist's depiction of it, but it didn't actually occur while the Sanctum of Memory was here. So it's just a depiction, and he shows a gigantic needle hurtling through space and causing a gigantic crater to occur in the Sea of Cinders, and perpetual flames scout up from there. It's very, very hot still. And you see the solar elves come in on ships and create a city. So the first thing we had to do as solar elves, because our job was to keep Solarket in prison, is we had to get rid of all these giants that were around here, because we didn't want them fucking around with Solarket's prison. So we started to do that. And while that was going on, they put up a pretty good fight. So we had to create a race of creatures that we could kind of send forth as fodder because we were losing too many people. So we made the Sikathid, and we sent them out. I know I said that the giants made the Sikathid. I kind of twisted the story a little bit.
Well, no one ever believed that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I mean, you saw the bodies of the Sikathid and the giants at the same time. So, anyways, we use them to wipe them out through a war of attrition. There actually are two giants that are left of the greater race of giants, and they actually became what you call, or what I would call, lesser deities. That's the stuff that you guys like to worship around here. But that was really interesting to us because we've never seen a lesser deity before. And a few of us took special note of that because that was something particularly special. And if that could happen, we thought, well, why couldn't a solar elf become that?
Of course you thought that. Arrogant.
Arrogant. We're just trying to tap into some extra power. Most of my colleagues didn't really have any of ill intent at that point because, they're not very creative. But a few of my friends and myself, we thought, well, let's explore this a little bit further. It turns out solar elf souls, they can't grow, or they can't contain more power than they've already been given. I mean, it's something to do with the way Heliaki made us. Kind of lame, personally. Don't like it. But then we figured out that there were weapons that they made here that could store souls. Okay? You see where this is going? So we thought,
You want a soul?
what if we made weapons that could contain the souls and we use them to gain power, and then eventually, instead of sealing away Solarket, we could destroy him and take the words of unmaking from him, and then we would be the most powerful being in creation. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty horrifying for a single being to have that.
Well, that's why they threw Solarket into prison. Well, we figured out, how to get him out of there, and that took a long time. I had to kind of manipulate Dolometh into making a few things, because that dude could craft. Whatever you want to say about him, wow, he knows how to make stuff. Check out that crown. Check out me, honestly. So I had to do that basically, and that's kind of where we're sitting right now. I don't know where my true soul is. I don't know where Mercadian actual is, and I kind of want to find him, see what he's up to right now. But I don't know where he is. That's why I was hoping I could tag along with you guys and figure out where my better half is.
Do you really? So you still want to?
I think you're dead.
You still want to free Solarket or destroy Solarket and become the most powerful being in existence?
I think that's a fine goal for any child of the actual creator god to aspire to. So yes.
I don't know. I think that's pretty horrifying that no one should have that power.
Well, Solarket does have that power.
Yes, but if you're trying to release Solarket from his prison to then destroy him, I'm pretty sure him as a god would annihilate any being that tried to just take his power. It's folly to try to destroy a god and take its power.
You're right. It sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure Mercadian, the other one, has a real good grasp on what's going on. I'm kind of putting the pieces together, and it's really exciting for me right now. But I don't know exactly what he's doing. So that's what I want to know. I want to catch up with my old man and see just what he really plans to do. Because maybe he's changed your heart. Maybe he's planning on doing something else. I don't know.
He's dead. And his soul has moved on.
It's certainly possible. I haven't seen him in the light in quite some time.
When was the last time?
The plan of the queen.
Well, there's two questions going on at the same time.
Oh no, she's actually looking at Kirill, asking Kirill that. Because
I don't know what the fuck she wants.
Does not the queen want to use the items to gain
Do you have any
powers?
allies of your own on your quest, Mercadian, or is it you truly alone on this quest of yours?
Well, Mandautuir and that other artificer fellow, they were trying to...
Surely those are your pawns in your greater schemes.
I didn't know them at all prior to meeting them in those catacombs down below.
But do they have the same goal, though? Is that what they're at?
They kind of discussed with me the prospect of finishing some of the keys, but they were one very simple because neither of them were actually real, and two, they wanted to use me in some fashion, and I just felt like, just get away from me, right? So I just destroyed it. It's not a
I
big
know
deal.
how that
What?
goes.
But do you know what their end game is?
Do
Why?
we know that the Dawn was fake too?
Oh yes. I can sense the ley line where each soul has a power.
Did he tell us that earlier? I thought for some reason I was thinking that was the real one. Like I knew Mandel wasn't.
No.
But
It was one of his. It was his dummy. It was a wooden. You found a wooden arm.
Is there a real Mando queer?
I assume so.
Or is
I
it
honestly don't know.
an agglomeration of so many of these things that have like a hive mind?
it's probably fucking this guy.
No.
he's been
Come
in a-
on.
He was sitting in a prison for like perpetually. Mando, we were
I meant
around.
the real one.
I don't think I would make such sloppy work. Come on. Those guys can't even. They only have a certain number of spells, and then once they've
What?
expended them all, they're practically useless.
Okay, so what is Mando doing then? Is he actually an acolyte of Menethok?
It seems like to me that there's these people who I recruited, Menethok in particular. I had to get some help from him to create the keys. He actually did the crafting for the keys themselves because Dolometh wasn't going to do it. It required me to melt down a bunch of souls. So,
What we're learning from Mr. Mercadian here is that all problems that we've ever encountered, quite literally, are his fault.
Yes.
not my fault.
Yes.
The result of your
no.
actions. They're your fault.
The result of the other Mercadian's actions.
The man who built you in his
you
image.
share
Yeah.
his consciousness. You have a copy of his mind, so it's you too. You have this. You would have the same ambition as him.
Yes, but I'm just. I'm not
So
flesh
you
and
are
blood. I
quite
can't
capable of
accomplish
repeating
it.
those atrocities.
To be fair,
In fact, it's likely that you will. Again.
all of our ambitions have changed over time, and we are not who we are based on our experiences. I do not think he's a current representation
Thank
of
you,
his other self.
Misha. I appreciate.
The base of him
That's
is
Spoken
alive
like a
and
true acolyte of Van Ratha. I have freedom in my own choices. I can do as I will. You gave me that freedom, actually, Mr. Kirill. Unwittingly.
I suppose that is something. But I need you to help us to annihilate at least one of those relics so this can't happen.
Well, I can't really attest to my capabilities of doing that. I can't cast spells in any capacity, but I can hit stuff.
Here you were talking shit on those copies.
But
Well,
didn't
I
you
could
swat-
cast spells before.
you counterspelled that disintegration like it was nothing.
It wasn't a counterspell.
No. The things that I'm made of, disintegration was probably the worst choice for him to make. The force damage like that, that's just not going to work on me. And it really won't work on any of the other keys.
What will?
I'm not sure they can be destroyed.
If they can be created, they can be destroyed, certainly.
Well, it's certainly possible. I'd have to do some research into it. And for that, I'd actually need one in my hands, and I don't have one.
Well, how did you make them?
He didn't.
Well, yes, but you certainly must have known the process to, instruct.
So how did I make them? Yes, I was actually. Well, no.
If Dolan crafted them, you must have handed him the ingredients and said, "Do this, this, and that."
Well, okay. So Dolometh made two parts of the puzzle. All right. So Dolometh used the font of light, right, to power his creations in general. So we were pulling power directly from Heliaki to an extent, but we had to amplify it, and that's was part of the problem. So that's why we had to go to the Shadow Marches to collect it. And then we needed the Font of Emptiness. That's where the keys were hidden. So that's why we had to go steal them. And we made the molds for them, but we didn't actually capable of creating them because we needed souls. And I figure now that there are those things in creation that the true Mercadians succeeded where post my creation. But I didn't witness the creation of them personally.
Well, another thing I have to ask is now. Oh, what's the name of the Demon King? I keep forgetting his name.
Menethok.
Now, do you really want Menethok to gain the power of creation?
No.
That's what's
I
gonna happen.
certainly don't, and I will absolutely want to hinder him from doing so. I clearly had to utilize him in some capacity since he's in on the game to a certain extent. He knows things that he shouldn't know. Spoke with him briefly.
Now it
So
seems like he owns the game and is running the game.
it would seem like that, but I wouldn't count me out. I mean, I successfully outwitted literally the entirety of the most powerful mortal race in existence.
Wait, but why did
Destroyed
you
them all.
do that? Did the mainstream Solar Elves not want Solar Cat out of his prison?
No,
that why
they
you
thought that
destroyed
was a
them?
pretty bad idea, and that's why I got rid of them.
It seems like they're right.
Oh, they're short-sighted. Yes, maybe it would cause some destruction to parts of Heliaki's creation, but we could,
It
if we
has.
got the words of unmaking, we could control everything. We could then even unlock and go to the other greater gods and take their words. And with those, who knows what we could accomplish? We could build the world in a different image, a better one.
Interesting.
I
Generic
disagree
God
with you.
complex.txt.
This has to be. These things have to be annihilated. This could never happen.
Remember when you said you thought it would be okay if this thing traveled with us?
Well, now it's starting to sound like you're going to attack. And
Oh,
I
why
wouldn't
would we do
recommend that.
I'm not that stupid.
We would never attack you. In fact, I think we should partner up to a degree.
I agree.
I think you
Let's
can
work
help us
together.
deal with Menethok.
At the very least, Menethog needs to be dealt with.
He's got to be stopped. We have to get his keys. That's what you
Yeah.
mean, right?
I
Yes.
just want to kill him. That's what
And
I want
then,
to do. I want
yes,
him to not
and
be
then
alive
all of his
anymore.
keys need to be scattered into fucking oblivion.
We can't trust this man.
No, I don't trust him.
And would you travel with someone you fear would stab you in the back at a moment's notice?
I wouldn't do that.
Well, I would be expecting it, of
Well,
course.
you
you
did just explain how you stabbed your entire
back. We know he stabs
civilization
people
in the back. Yes, I mean,
But those were solar elves.
Being
You're
aware
not
of it is
standing in my way right now.
Right now.
We have mutual need of each other. He won't
yes,
betray
because
us.
we
in
have a
that time.
use. You have a use for us at this point.
Exactly. But our goals are aligned temporarily.
I don't know that they are.
Well, I don't
I
see
don't
us
want
shirking
Menethok
away
to
from
succeed.
the conflict in Jolren in 10 days.
Essentially, what I did to flee his grasp was I stepped away, saying that I needed to go to the Sanctum of Memory to, get my memory back. Which it really has been a boon. I didn't know all of what happened, so
If that's Menethog's game, what is the game of Queen Ono Lorez?
he shrugs. I don't know. I don't even know her.
Well, can we peer into this memory ward or memory
She
sink?
lives underground for most of her life. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot out of it.
That's true.
but we can. And you kind of pass through a lot of what has transpired in your guys' time above ground, like not ever since you guys came out of the Hollow Peaks, and even before you went to the Hollow Peaks, actually more towards like after your first encounter with the darkness. That's when the dark elves kind of came into the picture. You see her ordering troops from the Maw into Solura to assist in Orgenda. So she sent soldiers to die, essentially. What else did she do? She had Gendia destroyed with the other portion of her giants.
Oh, how did she? I would ask Carol to find out how she imprisoned their gods, like how she managed to
Yeah.
bind them. The event where that happened
I can't do that. He can do that.
could be a clue in how to break it.
Well, I don't see anything that is relevant to that question. Not really. I mean, that rod of hers looks like it's pretty important. She keeps it on her at all times. But other than that,
Is he lying again?
no, he seems genuine. I will note that when Gendia was destroyed, they really let most of the people flee to Jelrin. Well, most people did die in the attack. Just the ones that stayed. Didn't try to flee.
I think it's a mistake to travel with Mercadian, but if the rest of you wish, then that is fine.
I just think that he is a pretty big trump card for dealing with Manathok. I will never.
In what
trust
way?
him. Powerful ancient.
What can you
creature.
do, Mr. Mercadian? Well, he
Said he can hit
claims
things.
he claims he cannot cast spells. He offers only knowledge.
Only knowledge. Knowledge is like
I
one of the
say-
most powerful things in the world.
Yeah, but not when you have to question if every piece of it is true.
I haven't told you any lies.
That is patently false. In fact, moments ago, you admitted that you lied to us about who created the Sycothid.
Oh,
So
well,
here we have.
yes. Okay.
Oh,
You're right.
Yes.
But that,
Oh.
hold on. So that was literally my programming while I was in the Hollow Peaks. I had to say that because that's what Dolometh thought when we were going through the program. He thought that the Sycothid were created by the giants. So it was just
You never once mentioned you were created by Dolometh.
I thought he did.
Yeah, I am.
He mentioned
No,
it
he said
very
he's created by
offhandedly.
Mercadian.
No, he said he was made by
Well,
Dolometh, and
they
that
both
he didn't
did,
have the
yeah.
capacity to craft things like that, and only Dolometh did.
Yeah. Dolometh was much more handy with crafting. There's something about being connected to this place. I imagine has something to do with it. But obviously, Mercadian, the other one, was present at the time to imprint upon me.
Yeah, but he just imprinted Dolometh's beliefs on you. Seems all very fuzzy.
To an extent, yes.
Dolometh's opinion of you, rather, or image, or mental image.
It could be a good way of saying it. I was limited in what I could say while I was in that tower.
So
once you freed me of that hindrance, that setting, I was able to expand my speech and thoughts a little bit further.
So what was Dolomouth getting out of all of this?
Yeah, he made one of the most grand cities in all of dwarven kind.
And now it's seeming that he's less of a heroic figure and more of just kind of some dude who did awful things to become some glorious, remembered as some glorious king.
Say that I didn't let him in on most of it. So if that exonerates him a little bit, that would be what I would say. Not that I'm trying to defend his image that much. I don't really care. He was a good worker. I will say that.
So what did
Yeah,
he
he
think was
speaks of his
happening?
former best friend.
We were acquaintances. We had a
I'm
good
sure
time
that's
together.
not what you told him.
Well, it's tough when you live for several 100,000 years as opposed to somebody who lives 300 or 400. It's difficult to maintain a relationship like that. You kind of lack perspective sometimes. So
That is.
I would love to travel with you so that I can find the other Marcadian. And from there, whatever happens, happens.
Listen, in the short term, if you'll help us, I'm okay with you traveling with us if you help us
How's he
fight.
going to help us?
To deal with fucking
I know what you're saying. How is he going to help us?
to
What
fucking
is he going to do?
I could take on Menethok, I think.
Manathok.
How would you do so exactly?
Well, I would walk up to him and I would punch him through the heart many times.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
do you have
That
any
sounds-
knowledge of how to wield and be proficient with weapons or arms of
I
any kind, or are you
am
just
a weapon.
a sack
Eh.
of intelligence?
He will take his hand, and he will set it to the rock underneath him. I hope you know that this is sacrilege. I shouldn't be destroying the sanctum of memory. But he'll easily, as a knife cutting through hot butter,
He's already
he
done.
will slide his hand straight through the rock, pull it
Okay.
back like it was nothing. It's like, I am the weapon.
Impressive, honestly.
I am.
Listen, if this guy's immune to force, if he's immune to any sort of match he can get in the face of that wizard bitch, that's plenty for now.
I agree with his assessment.
Fine.
More than anything right now, I want that sacrilegious whore to be killed.
Sounds good to me. And we can take her crown too.
This thing for viewing stuff, we can view anything.
Yeah, pretty
Well, he
much
just
anything that
destroys
was
the
under the
rock, then it
stars,
does
the
it,
sun.
right?
No. I just put a mark in the floor, and it's not. I didn't destroy anything.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, he scuffed it. The
Yeah.
purity of it. I see.
Yeah. I mean, anything that's under the sun and the stars, we can see to an extent. Can't hear what happens, but
Good. I would give him the name of my hometown in a year when it was still around.
sure. Looks like a nice, quaint town.
She's
You
gonna-
expecting some event to occur?
No.
She just wants to see her hometown.
This is
Yeah.
before.
You see small smokestacks or smoke crawling up from some chimneys. See kids playing in the streets. Looks like it's a happy, simple life.
Thank you. I thought it was something I was forgetting. I I think I had forgotten.
It's important to remember the small things.
Misha's like, we can do whatever. She's fine, but she's
How
gonna
far
just
back
keep
can this
staring.
thing see?
Well, it was one of the first things that we installed once we established the city proper. So, give or take 70,000 years.
Okay. And you were in the tower for 250, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So you're telling me that you've looked through 250 years of this thing and you haven't seen yourself once?
No, I can't find me. It's a little bit more difficult than you would think. I mean, I have to know where they are at a certain time. With Queen Ona Lorez, I kind of figured out, where she was. So she was in Chelren, so that was easy. And I could easily check on all the major cities. That's not difficult. But finding a particular person who may not look like he's supposed to, that's a little bit more difficult. It's not like I'm walking around as a solar elf. I find that very difficult to believe. But I won't
You
be while
look
we're traveling
outside
with
the
you.
Sanctum of Lycidas
Yeah, well,
in the
just
mountains.
briefly then. And I knew that the crown was created. I mean, you guys had mentioned that there was a great nova that destroyed everything. So I had already kind of peeked at what happened there.
No, but don't you think that he went there at some point in time? I mean, he had the thing made.
It's possible. I mean, I do remember seeing, Lycidas, that gentleman. I mean, he had some alkalites with him, but there was nothing that was particularly impressive that I saw among them.
Where'd you see him at?
Lycidas?
There? At the chamber?
Well, yeah, I saw him at the chamber, and I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably trace through his life a little bit better, but I don't really
Well,
want
we're
to.
pretty sure he's stuck in the Hollow Peaks.
Do you know a particular time when he went in there? I could scan through his entrance to the Hollow Peaks, see if that he actually does arrive.
I feel like I should know that, but I don't.
I mean, you have a general estimation through like his journal, and so you give it to him. He flips through the years. Well, yeah, that looks like Lycidas heading into the Hollow Peaks. Around this time, things I imagine were still pretty good with the Hollow Peaks. There's people moving goods back and forth. At least, not well. It's not as great as it once was. You can see the trade's kind of dying off. So something must have happened in the Hollow Peaks prior to his arrival.
All right. Well, we should probably. Oh, gosh, I don't even remember. We were planning to teleport back to Jelrin. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we were going to use the circle in like Nash's house, right?
We have, like,
yeah,
all those
yeah.
circles, right? That you have written down.
Well, it's not that many.
Well, isn't it 3 of them?
Well, no, those aren't in Jelrin.
Oh, I thought one of them went to the dude's house in Jelrin.
Yeah, you have
No, I think I have that one, but
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've written down Skull 1 and 2, Lycidius Chamber, which I haven't attempted to go to because I believe it is in shambles and not there. The Hollow Peaks Gin place.
There was something that was in the Sanctum of Lycidas that was left over.
Oh, I accidentally just sent it in here.
Nice.
And I guess I should add Nash's basement.
Yeah. The safe house basement, but yeah. It's not necessarily Nash. It kind of is Nash's, but
You think? What were you saying?
there is still a thing left in the Sanctum of Lycidas that is not irrelevant.
Yeah, there's like that big fuck you sword or something, probably.
Yeah, and
That,
there's the spirit guy there.
How
Assuming he's okay. Who knows?
does this show the past or like? You know,
It shows the past.
like,
yeah.
Yeah, but how distant? Like, will it show me walking into this tower?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. He does so.
Did you just want to see yourself, Haldir?
No, just
You
a
look
frame
fine.
of reference.
You're looking fit. It's all right.
Yeah, you guys should eat more.
Pump up the calories, dude.
Well,
I personally think
let's
that
look at the chamber then. I mean,
well, it has to be something above ground that is actually visible by the stars. So,
well, it is above ground, and the roof's probably gone. I'd imagine. I don't know.
so the explosion itself from the nova doesn't appear to have affected much of the stonework around where it occurred or originated. Mandout is definitely, well, that Mandout got vaporized. But the other one walked there. It came from the inside. So it seems like.
Maybe we should go there.
Well, what would we accomplish there? That's very far away from Jonan.
Well, we would teleport there.
I don't know if that will work on me.
Well, then I'm afraid you will not be traveling with us. We're not fucking walking back.
No, why not?
We don't have time for that.
Well,
We need a more expeditious solution.
you don't have time to walk there. Well, that's obviously very distant. But you walked here from Jelrin. And Jelrin's our next destination, is it not? I mean, really, it is.
We're on
It's our
something of a
final
time crunch.
destination.
Well, I could meet you there. Maybe I could do a little searching through the city. Try and find my guy.
Do you think he's in the skies?
Oh, most definitely. That's definitely the reason why.
I think he's buried in the ground, but
Unlikely.
maybe.
She's gonna lean over to Haldir. That could be self-arrogance talking.
Well, I'll tell you what. All the other most powerful beings in the universe we've already encountered.
I may be playing my cards close to the chest. Who knows? As I said before, I see that the crown, the mask, the orb, and the gauntlet are all charged. The dagger, key, and the veil are not. So there's 3 more things to do before Solar Cat can be free.
How many days is it till we're supposed to meet up with Nash?
11.
It's 10. Oh,
Or it's not even Nash.
Yeah,
It's
10.
Menethok.
Yeah. You're supposed to get arrested, taken into the Green Pearl keep.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Sounds like a bad idea.
it's definitely not what we should actually do to get in this keep.
But I mean, would we rather kill Menethok or Ona Larez? Because we're probably not killing both of them. Certainly not at the same time.
Ona Larez. For my character, Ona Larez. 100% Ona Larez. She's responsible for their gods being imprisoned. And responsible for Misha dying.
I tend to agree.
And she has the crown, which we need to retrieve.
And the staff.
That rod, yes.
Yeah. And I don't even think we could. I don't think we can kill her, but I really don't think we can kill Menethok. I mean, if we're putting, at least my impression of them is that, like, okay, out of our league, yes.
One's the evil we
Both.
know, and one's the evil we don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Basically that.
Menethok. Well, at least he told us he was intending to kill everyone.
There definitely is a lot of freedom in that. Once you know somebody's upfront about their intentions, it's easier to trust them. That's why I mentioned all those things before.
Yes, that's why I'm manipulating you. Yes, no, thank you.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
ready to
know.
go.
I think we should go to the sanctum, but I don't know if we actually can.
Well, it's always worth a try, but if that's where you guys go, I'm going to have to meet you someplace else. I mean, we could try, but I don't know if it's going to work on me.
I mean, you just walk in it, and if it works, it works.
I suppose. Do you want me to go first?
I mean, I don't know why not, but hold on. Where did we tell those dwarfs to go? Like the dwarf leader we met up with? Didn't we tell him to go to the? I'm trying to remember where we told him to go.
He was going to Jelrin to.
Yeah, but we told him to
dwarves.
collect them and take them somewhere.
His plan was to take them back to Skull,
Okay.
I believe. I mean, there's no other place that makes sense for them to go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We need to send them to Skull, I think.
Oh wait, are we sure we didn't send them to the lands we own?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because you guys don't know really anything about that.
Well, we
We
do.
don't know
own
that they
them.
exist.
Yeah.
No, we definitely have paperwork. There's a paper trail.
We've
That's all we do
been over
have.
this 700 times. They don't exist because we've never been there. They might exist, but assuming they do.
Oh no, they exist, and all of the poor peasants who live on those lands are probably dead by now. I'm sure eaten by wolves or something.
Their
could know.
masters had not been there with them.
So, Hema, you and this fellow. I'm afraid I don't know your name.
It's Robin.
You need to go to Skull.
Yes, I think that's probably best. Him is just blank stared to distant. It's it's. Haldir, thank you for saving me, but I need to get away from this. But if you can send me to Skull, please.
The rest of your people, we sent for them to go to Skull as well. I'm afraid something terrible is probably going to happen in Jelrin soon.
Did you send them to the inn in our place? Is my family going to be safe?
I think so. We met a dwarf. I can't remember his name.
He's an Ashwood, though.
Yeah, he's from the Hollow Peaks, of the royal line, and I point at Kirill. He's their king now, I guess.
His name is Damien.
And he went to fetch them all, and he's supposed to bring them to Skull.
That's where I want to go. Are you sure they're going to be safe? They need somebody else to warn them?
He left Skull several days ago with in a portal to Jelrin, so I would expect they've left already, though I haven't been able to check to verify that.
Well, if you send me to Skull, I'll let you know if I find him.
Okay, and so I'll make a portal to Skull for Hema and Jane.
Robin.
I was really close.
Yeah. Anyways, Robin
So
walks
that takes
through.
like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hema's just like, as she steps away, she's like, ah, just thank you, Haldir, for coming for me. And she goes through.
All right. I'll give a wave, and then
Okay.
I guess yeah. I mean, unless anyone else is opposed, I think. I mean, if maybe if Placidus' chamber is still there, maybe we should go there.
We have
Maybe he could give us
11
some
days.
information or
I mean,
something.
it's worth a try. And
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I guess I don't remember what time. It's like nighttime, right?
yeah, we
Yep.
got there at like the dead of night, to my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should like rest for the night.
Can we attune to this place? This chamber of memories and shit.
No.
Oh, why not?
Is there a teleportation circle here?
Do you want one here?
he's offering.
Interesting.
You
That
can
would
just
be
make
most
one.
helpful, Mercadian.
I mean, I know the runes. Didn't forget them.
You can do it just like that in a day. Less.
He walks up to the wall and, quick as someone writing across a chalkboard, he's running his finger through a portion of the wall and he fashions a teleportation circle. But you'll have to touch it first before it'll work.
How do you mean?
Or just impart some of your power to it. This is you are casting a spell. You'll have to expend a goodly portion. So,
can I inspect this thing and like make an Arcana check and all that, and see if it
yeah.
see if it looks about right to me or what?
Yep. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Yeah, it looks great. Looks perfect. It's just that it's not activated in any sense. Like whatever Mercadian did, he just set it up, but he can't impart it with its initial spark to make it a destination.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
That's what
he
he's told
says.
us anyway.
It's just cast as if you were using your translocation spell into it, and it will work.
I'll look around. If this goes wrong, I guess I'll attempt to meet you in Jelrin.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay. Roll an intelligence saving throw. Yeah, nothing happens. You cast your spell into it, and you don't feel any trap or trigger or anything like that. It just works as a soft glow to the glyph now. There you go. Teleportation circle straight to the sanctum of memory. Not that it'll do you a lot of good. I kind of have to run this machine, but I suppose I could try and teach you.
That could be useful for the future.
I'll write it down nonetheless.
Sure.
But now we definitely have to rest, probably.
If you
Especially
could,
against Tammin is exhausted.
I like Tammin might appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm
especially for
falling
anything.
asleep
Little
over
nappy
here.
poo.
If you could write down how to operate this, it would be quite good for the posterity of this world.
I'm
Well,
not sure that we want people to know how to use this thing.
It's true.
It's not something that just anybody being able to do would be very good, I don't think.
well, it entirely depends on who's using it, I'm sure. If you want me to, I certainly will as a measure of goodwill.
I don't know about these magical things. It's up the hell.
I
Yes,
mean,
please.
I would think
instruction.
you'd have to use it with. You'd have to use the crown or something. I don't know.
Well, it's just a lot of dials. And he starts to write down an explanation on how to utilize it. If you wanted to, you would have to make an intelligence saving throw. And depending on what you're asking for, the DC will be different. So, but he transcribes what he knows about it and how to use it.
Like a encyclopedia.
Yeah, essentially.
Turn to page 4B.
All right. So I take it you guys take a rest, and Mercadian stays vigilant throughout the night, despite whoever's taking watch. But your watches transpire to no issue. What do you guys do in the morning?
I'm rested.
You are rested. Everybody take your long rest.
Make breakfast.
Yeah, your crap rations,
Oh yeah.
dried meats, cheeses. I would take some right now, to be honest. But
Coming long rest. Yeah.
I mean, nobody has said yay or nay on
About-
the idea about going to the sanctum.
No, I've
I'm,
said I
um,
think that it's a good idea if we have.
I think it's a good
since we
idea.
have plenty of time.
Yeah. Especially with a circle that can get us like.
And
what
we
do
don't
you
have any other
hope to
immediate
gain there?
things.
Well,
Don't tell this guy anything, dude. He's already said he's not coming with us. He's
he might be. We don't know. If it works, right?
yeah.
I don't know exactly what I hope to gain, but if the image of Lycidas is still there, then maybe he can tell us some things that we don't know about what has transpired up there. And maybe we can figure out what happened to the other incredibly powerful magical artifact that was located there. So, yeah. That's what I would hope to gain.
Well, then let's try. And if it doesn't succeed, where would you like me to go? Jelrin?
I think so.
Well, then I will meet you in Jelrin.
You can hang out at the blast zone inn for a while.
It'll probably be closed.
I could get in.
Climb in
Shouldn't be
the
a problem.
window.
Yeah. Oh, well then I will stay there during some parts of the day, but I'll be out and about looking for.
If you get there, and there's a bunch of dwarves still there, tell them to leave.
Okay. Sure.
All right. I will attempt to cast a circle to the sanctum of Lycidas.
Okay. And you did want me to go through this first, or at least try to.
I mean, unless you think that's going to cause problems, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see why it would. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check as he starts to step towards the circle.
Okay.
He pops through, disappears. Nope. Does everybody else go through? Or did you just send him? Nobody else goes through.
Later.
Well, the
Close
circle's
it.
open. We have like so much time to go through, right? Like it's literally like a minute
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'd go through.
Yeah, I'll
I
go
will
with Ninder.
follow. We
Cantrip
sit through
ready to
at the
toll the
same
dead
time.
on damage.
Trying to step through with her at the same time.
We're
walk
going directly into the sanctum, right?
Yes.
All right, my buddy's coming with me.
Oh my
It's
god.
a zombie boy. Okay.
The zombie boy's coming with me.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You guys all shunt through the weave and pop out in the Sanctum of Lycidas in his quarters, where you
Oh.
met Jonathan once long ago and lost him
For
once
the last
long
time.
ago. Yeah. Some may say. And she's like, oh. He's kind of looking around the place that is mostly torched. The wall to the sanctum proper is closed.
We're in like the little room, right?
Yeah, the one with the balcony.
And it's like in complete disarray, or
Yes, yeah, it's torched, mostly burned up.
all out and see if the spirit is here, or maybe it's gone. I don't know.
Doesn't come out to this location. It never did before.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, but the way into the actual chamber is like closed or something, or
Yep,
blocked
it's
off.
closed right now, but you have the passcode.
What's Arcadian doing? Just standing there like a fucking creeper?
He's looking around. She's like picking up books and watching them disintegrate in his hands.
Maybe shouldn't bring this guy in here. I don't know.
Well, that ship has sailed.
Well, not really. You don't have to open the thing.
It's like, come to tend the hearth, I go to brave the storm. It's the words.
There is risk involved, but if you want to travel with him, then
We stand upon the precipice of his ass, or we don't have the option, I believe.
Oh, let's go in. Let's see this Sanctum of Lycidas. A minor mage making his own sanctum. Let's see what he's got. He just waits. Is one of you guys gonna open up the?
We had our little passcode and we could just enter, right?
Yep. You just say, "I come to tend the hearth."
Yeah. I'll do it.
Sure. The door
I was gonna have him
slides
put his
open.
fingers in his
Yeah.
ears, but it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
He'd figure it out. He'd figure
He
it out.
doesn't have ears. Yes. So
Oh, does he not? Like his weird
it's a metal
mechanical form is.
skeleton. Yeah. So
Okay.
you guys hear the grinding of stone as the doors in the passageway slides open. You start to step inside, and you are greeted once again with a familiar sight of Lycidas' sanctum. There's tons of books. Everything is still in good array. The sword, Calamirus, is still floating in the chamber. And the apparition of Lycidas appears once again. Well, it has been some time, guys. Goodness gracious. It's good to see you again. Well, what's happened?
With that crown of yours, Carol, could you pick up the sword?
I don't recall anything about that sword.
There's some kind of like safety protection on it, like it's super powerful sword.
Nobody
but-
touch that right now.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
That's what I think.
Never mind. It's good. It's good. I had just a memory of it, but okay.
If you'll recall, Calamirus will only be gifted to someone that I deem worthy. When I say I mean my greater form. So I take it you haven't managed to free him yet.
No.
No, we've
Instead, we've got another fellow, somewhat like you. I don't know.
Kind of looks at him. That doesn't look like anything like me. That looks like that's a solar elf.
Well, not really.
He's worse.
He's not much worse than solar elves.
He's an image of a solar elf. Like you're an image of Lucidus. Is what I meant.
I see. I don't really have much to report. A fellow came through here.
I took the crown
Want to talk? Yeah.
and destroyed the region. Yes. It's not ideal.
You mean Solura's destroyed? Everything that we worked for is gone?
much of it.
Not everything. Yes.
You must avenge our people.
Oh, trust me.
We look
We
to,
will.
but face a great many challenges at the moment.
How can I help?
Do you know of a Menethok?
Do I know of a Menethok? No, I do not. I was going to the Hollow Peaks to research the corruption that was there. The forge that was there was desecrated in some way. And it was
Yes.
when I went there that I have not returned from such a trip.
Yeah, that was Menethok's doing. It's like
Yeah.
a demon devil thing.
Mm.
I don't know. In truth, we're facing all sorts of evils,
Sure.
and we thought maybe we could come here because we hadn't been in a while and see if we could find anything to our aid.
Well, I mean, I intended this sword to fight demons. I suppose I'm having a very difficult time recollecting. My connection's probably breaking a little bit down here. But perhaps I did make it because I anticipated a fiend. I'm not entirely sure. But I can't grant you or any of you the power to wield it. And as he says this, Mercadian walks up to it.
Yeah, I figured.
He grabs it, and it was like, as he touches it, script holds firm, and then he rips it out of the air. Well, who wants this?
Is
And the spirit is just like, just his jaws dropped. It's like, doesn't believe what's happened.
I'll take
Anybody?
I
I was gonna say,
I don't know
like-
that you should touch it.
That's fine. He kind of swings it around. It's a good blade.
I'm aware that you are touching it. I'm afraid what would happen if we did.
Well, I can put it back. Or
No, it is not guarding anything. Here it is useless. It is like a sword and not even stone.
the shades just like that isn't possible. What is that thing?
Call me
then
real
they-
form, Mercadian.
Let's say it one more time.
I said, show him your real form.
So he drops the illusion, and it's skeletal of the soul scarred adamantium, and the shade just kind of looks at it.
As I said, he's an image or something like that.
That is evil material. I heard whispers about how that stuff is made.
How was it made?
Requires the sacrifices of humans. Well, true souls, at the very least.
How the crown was made as well.
That's just not how I made that crown.
Ye- Are you sure?
The crown I made was a simple gold, and I enchanted it, sure, but it wasn't that.
Well, the crown of Solura that man came and took was most certainly made in that Hell Forge. Of that, I'm certain.
I guess it's possible they replaced it, but why?
We saw it be used to gather the souls of all of Solura. It was
Ironic,
the implements
I
of
suppose.
their destruction.
Avenge
No,
our
not-
people, please.
You know nothing of it?
No, but if that sword will be of aid to you, I mean, he seems to have broken a spell. Take it.
All right. Wait,
Hmm.
yeah, you can't wield two two-handed weapons, can you?
Could you imagine?
I don't know that he broke the spell.
No, it was supposed to be immovable until somebody worthy or capable, as deemed by Lycidas, came to it. And now it moves of its own. Well, by his will, anyways.
Hmm. I don't know. I would be afraid to touch it. But if one of you wants to give it a try,
You know what? I'll give it a shot.
I was like, did you want to do an
Oh my God.
nobody's here is arcane. Well, no, you're arcane trained.
I'll
I mean,
walk up
I
to the
could-
sword with Kirill.
I could try and
Oh.
inspect it, but I
Touch
don't
it
know that I'm
together.
gonna. Yeah, you should just both burst into flames.
I'm
Mercadian
not saying I'm touching it.
reverses the grip on the weapon, and he grabs the blade itself, and he hands it to you, hilt first. Why don't you make a perception check, Kirill?
Where's my character sheet? There it is.
Okay. No, so he hands it to you, hilt first. Is this to allow you to draw it?
I wrap my hands around the hilt and try to pick it up.
You do so. Make a Constitution saving throw.
God. Oh.
Doesn't your helm give you like never mind.
Advantage. I think
Yeah.
it does. In any case,
Yeah.
you succeed wonderfully. A brief wave of exhaustion rolls over you, but you shrug it off, and you feel power coursing through this blade.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Like over 9,000, you think?
It could be over 9,000. This is a very strong weapon, and it's particularly strong in the hands of a paladin.
Vengeance will be ours.
Oh no.
And with that,
His vows. Right
he will
there.
end
Dramatic,
this session. Yeah.
Now a death match.
Became a
God.
black card right there.
I will
Swear
do
to God.
anything and pay any price to save
Oh
my people.
God.
And that's where we'll stop.
Before.
Here-
Oh
here-
wait.
Here you go, Carol. This is what, like, instantly I'm like, I went there in my brain.
I was thinking of Arthur's picking up Frostmore, but that works
Frostmore.
too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says. That's why I was saying, where have I heard that before? I said that sarcastically. I hope that was obvious.
Ugh.
Woo.
All right.
Jeez.
There we go.
That was fun.